Most people miss the single greatest way in order to determine your summer success or failure. Just completely miss it. You're sitting here 10 weeks till summer and you're looking down and you're saying, I just got to push through, keep grinding, keep my head down. I'm almost there. School is almost over. But if you do that, you're going to risk your summer being anything worthwhile. Now, there are certain weeks in the year where the actual phase of life starts anew, and is afresh. Summer, New Year's, these weeks where you kind of restart a new phase in life and continue a new quarter, if you're going to look at it in a business perspective. This is the rub. This is where it is. But most people never capitalize on it because they don't understand how to. So how do we capitalize on it? Well, first, I'm Liam, and I'm a self-improvement in the niche, and I'm just on the same journey as you are, and I'm just trying to share what I've learned and how I can help me 2 years ago get to where I am now. And without all of the steps of trying to bump along and learn along the way. And that's the goal. But let's get into it. Number one, determine where God is leading you. What's the vision? What does God want for your life? This is found through prayer, asking Him, looking through His Word. What does He put on your heart? These things, a lot of guys will just miss. They'll move past to be like, well, that's just heart feels and whatever. But this is the stuff that actually matters in life. What God's purpose for you actually matters. And the fluff that can get thrown on top is what most men will focus on, even though that's not the point. So the things and the mission that He's put on your heart are very important. And I want to make sure you're stuck on that path of righteousness where God is trying to lead you, because that is the goal. So find the vision that God has laid out for you. And that is found through prayer, Bible, journaling, what's He put on your heart, whatever. One of the introspective looking inside yourself to find what God has placed on your heart. And when you find this, now you have the set concrete vision. You know where the next couple months are going. You know what you have to do. And that makes it really easy to now make a plan to actually achieve that. Without that plan, without that vision beforehand, not actually in the moment where you're supposed to start summer, beforehand, now you can get that ready for summer. You can start fleshing out the vision. What is the plan for this summer that I need to achieve in order to continue my journey with Christ? And so when you get there, now you are ready to start pre-planning. And this sounds exactly like it sounds, even though it can be a little bit annoying. I feel like pre-planning is one of those things that I always hear. I'm like, oh gosh, can you just start it already? I just want to get going. Stop messing around. I don't want to pre-plan. I just want to do. And that's a big hiccup I had to work through. But when I started pre-planning and I started looking ahead and saying, what's the vision? Okay, what do I need to add into my life eventually to now start building towards that vision, to start building those skills daily. And with that daily action to keep going towards your goal, you can start finally making success. A lot of the men will sit there and just, okay, well, I'm just going to think about it. And I'm going to keep working through it. And maybe I'll find something. There it is. There's the jackpot. No, that's not how it works. You have to start to do it. So don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. And now just set your goals and your habits on that concrete vision. So that's number 2, pre-plan the vision so that when you get to it, you'll be ready. And I'll give you an example of this. In our generation today, drinking, like alcoholic drinking, is down 30% as a generation-wide thing. And we're just sitting here like, what? What? That's crazy. But our generation as a whole is different than the other generations. Other generations would drink alcohol, we drink it less. And that's really a big thing, right? This is a generation gap thing that we now don't do. We choose higher quality over higher quantity, and that's really good. But now the real big thing for our generation is these ready-to-grab drinks. Think of like LaCroix, anything that's in a can, it's ready to go. And that's kind of how you have to pre-plan, is it needs to be just like ready to go. So you're walking through summer, you just finished and you're cruising through your school year, you're finished, and now you can just grab and go and keep going. As our generation does in most of our lives. We created ready to go grab and go drinks because we have a life that is constantly moving, and we just need to be ready and able to just pull something along and keep going. All right, so that's number 2, pre-plan. And number 3 is the fact that this is not a one-trick pony. This is a continuous thing to go. So you have to be prepared, one, for this one coming in. You slowly see it coming and you're like, there's the wave, there's the wave. Jump onto it and keep riding it. But while you're riding it, you do have to keep your head up and stay vigilant. What's the big picture? Where am I going? I'm looking behind me, looking ahead. Where am I going for like the next phase? Because the next phase is something you have to plan for as well as this phase. So while you're doing this phase and doing the daily habits that you've set in order to continue to progress through the things you've set for yourself to progress in, you also have to plan for the next phase. Does that make sense? I hope it does. The next phase is just as important as this phase that you're on now. So this phase right now might be school. I need to get through this 3rd trimester and nail it. But the phase after it, you have to plan for. And this is always a constant little, I don't know how to describe that, but it's like a constant jump from like phase to phase, and you always have to be planning ahead. Now this can be a little daunting because, frankly, it is. You have to be ready. Again, these plans that I'm talking about are very, very, very vague, but as you go through, you'll start to like set them more and more. And this isn't a one-day thing where you just sit down. It's like a little bit adding on so that when you get there, you're ready to keep moving through. And you don't get stuck and stop, and now you're going to go, wait, so what do I do with my time? I don't know what to do. And that's where the failure happens, because now you're just going to replace it with the next easiest thing. The easy things are not the things that are going to actually help you grow. It's the things you plant ready to grow that actually, when you start watering it and giving it sun, actually start growing, right? Those are the things that you need to invest in. So I charge you, start to look what you're going to do for your summer now. I'm letting you know now, you're 10 weeks. You got a lot of time. Don't procrastinate, but get ready. So that's kind of the plan, is you got to just determine what the vision is. Where does God want you to go? Pre-plan slowly and surely so it's ready, a grab-and-go drink or a grab-and-go plan as you go into the next phase, and stay vigilant so you can see over top and look around and say, what's going on and where's my next phase? And now I hope you found that fun. If you like this content, I'm hoping that you'll subscribe. And I make more of this, and I love doing it. It's a passion project for me. I'm just here to make videos for my younger self back then and what I had to learn to get here now. Hopefully that I can help the other men that were in my position get to where I am now, because I know how much I wanted it then to be where I am now, and how thankful I am now to be where I am. So it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.